y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So if you watched the last video, you already know what this one is about to be about. How to be a Prophyte 101. I find that sometimes, you know, you may have not gotten the best example of how to be a Prophyte from your own Prophytes. So sometimes we really don't know. We have to learn for ourselves. So if you are looking for ways to be able to better assist your neos going through this process, if you're looking just to, you know what you're supposed to be doing, I hope this video helps you. So the first thing I want to say is that you should reach out to your neos just to see if there's anything that you can possibly assist with, if they need help, because sometimes, you know, people graduate and then you have neos thrown into positions like vice president, even president sometimes, and it's like they're not necessarily ready. So you need to make sure that you're accessible so that if your neos have any questions on how to, you know, properly run the chapter, what they should and should not be doing, how to go, you know, what's the proper protocol to do such and such, as far as like room reservations in your school, you know, or how to plan events if they need assistance with that. Like, just be accessible. So if they have any questions, they can know that they can come to you, and then you can kind of bridge the gap between not only your chapter and not only your, you know, line and your neos, but also, you know, make it to where it really is, you know, a sisterhood, brotherhood, because at the end of the day, we need to help each other. We're all members of the same organization. We all probably cross for the same reasons, you know, to be able to give back. And what better way to give back than to start with your own chapter? So make sure that you're helping your neos and helping to mold them into the leaders that we both know that they can be, because you picked them for a reason. And if you didn't pick them, then you can be there to assist them with whatever you felt that they may have needed to enhance on. But if you're not easily accessible, then they don't know, or they won't know how to enhance those skills, because they're not given, you know, they're not given that tough love or that truthfulness by somebody who is actually watching them and watching them grow within their organization. So be accessible and help them whenever they have questions if possible. You also need to make sure that you're making yourself approachable. I get it, you know, you want to have the, you know, I've been here type of vibe, but it's like at the end of the day, these are our little siblings. They're our little sisters, little brothers. You know, sure, we fight with our siblings and stuff like that, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're not making it to where you're so standoffish that they don't feel comfortable coming to talk to you when they have problems. That's one thing that I like for my neos to be able to do. I like for them to come talk to me. I like for them to be able to vent to me and tell me what they're thinking, so I can be like, you know, I've been here before. This is how I handle this situation, or I haven't been here, but this is how I would handle it if I were in your shoes. And if you need any help, let me know so I can assist you through your process. You don't have to go through this alone, you know, because I wouldn't steer my little sister that way, so I wouldn't expect to steer somebody else that is coming up under me that way, because at the end of the day, they're still a representation of you. You know, if they hear my chapter name associated with somebody who is not necessarily doing the right thing, 9 times out of 10, if they know me and know what chapter I come from, then they're gonna be like, oh, that's one of Shay's neos acting up, and then they're gonna associate me with that behavior. So it's like, I don't want to be that, and you shouldn't want that for your chapter either. So be there to assist your younger sibling with getting through. Even if, you know, you probably don't like that person, it's okay. We are in these organizations. I mean, you're not gonna like everybody. Like, some people don't even like their real sister, their real brother, their mama, their daddy, their cousins. Like, we weren't put on this earth for everybody to like everybody. But at the same time, if there is a way for you to kind of bridge the gap and do what you can do to help people and help mold them, then be that person. Be approachable, be accessible, help them. Do support your chapter, and not just necessarily with monetary contributions. That's cool. Like, if they have like a fund where they're, you know, giving back scholarships or things like that, you know, that's cool too. But just being in attendance for some of their events, like go to the probates, go to the little informational sessions that they have, go to the seminars, like go and support them, because that makes people feel as if they're doing good. You know, that makes people feel like, okay, again, we're bridging the gap. We're making sure that we are reaching into our roots, because they're taking a little bit from you with everything that they do, because you made your mark and they're following behind you. So make sure you go ahead and support. Let them know if it's, you know, give them feedback too. If it's an event that you liked, if it was something that you didn't like, if it was something that they said, they didn't say, if you can coach them into how to better answer certain questions, if it's like a question and answer type of thing, you know, just be there to help them and let them know what it is that they should be doing, you know, just from a big sister, big brother type of vibe again, because we were all in their shoes before. We've been neos, so we've been in that moment where we felt lost. We felt like we didn't know the answers, and 9 times out of 10 you have somebody that you can reach out to. So you don't want to make people keep bombarding that one person. You want to be that person that they can reach out to. So I try to make myself accessible to all my neos. You know, I feel like everybody should do the same thing. You know, I don't feel like I'm that big and mighty in my organization to be able to say, oh, I'm not gonna help you do this, that, and next, because that's not, first off, that's not me, period. Second off, I don't know, that's just not me. That's not the type of person that I am, and I don't like those type of people who are just snotty, you know, that don't think that you're too good to help, because again, at the end of the day, these organizations are all bigger than us. We've all been in that moment where we felt like we didn't know the answer to something, so we had to reach out to help. So why would you not feel responsible to be able to do the same thing for the people coming under you? That bothers me. I hate when people do that, and that's not me. So I sometimes try to go out of my way to make sure that my neos know that I'm easily accessible. I've kind of dropped the ball with this last line they brought in, only because, you know, my school schedule is so crazy. But, you know, I've went out of my way, like I follow them on social media, and I like their posts and stuff like that when I see it. So it's like they kind of know that I'm right there. They might not know exactly, you know, what's going on with me, but they know that I'm there, and they know that I'm here if they have any questions to ask. So I feel like, in a way, everybody should be doing the same thing with their neos. Again, I'm almost 5 years out, but I have literally had conversations with members from each line that came beneath me, and it's like, I don't feel like I'm too big to talk to any of these people. I don't feel like I'm too old to talk to any of these people. I feel like as long as you're sisterly towards me, then I'm gonna be sisterly towards you. And I think that everybody should have that type of mentality, because again, these organizations are bigger than us. It's not my responsibility to say, you're shunned, you can't do this, that, and next. I'm not gonna answer your question because I feel like you should know that. I feel like you should do your research. Sometimes we are the sources of resource. So as a Prophyte, you need to be accessible. You need to be able to teach and guide your neos towards the right direction, because how else will they know? If you tell them to depend on Google and to ask other people, these people are not in your chapter. So what they doing from this chapter has nothing to do with your chapter. So if you want them to know what they need to be doing, once they cross, they are your responsibility. So teach them, guide them, help them. Duh. And again, don't be rude, because we were all in their shoes before. You know, I always tell people, like, nothing is worth me getting these pearls snatched, because, you know, I went through what I went through to get my pearls, and that's my business. So it's not my responsibility to be rude, because I often think about it like, you know, what would my founders say if I were to just walk up to this person and be like, you know, I don't like you for blah, blah, blah reason. Like, that's not sisterly to me. So don't just be rude for no reason. Once these people are actually in your organization, bro, y'all are kind of not necessarily one and the same, but like y'all all in the same family. So you need to be able to say what you have to say, but not necessarily say it in a rude, condescending way. You need to be able to express yourself and let them know how you're feeling, but you don't have to be mean about it. You know, there's ways you can talk to people. You don't have to talk to these people that are coming up under you rude just because they're your neos. Like that doesn't give you a pass to be rude. Prophyte status does not mean to be rude. Prophyte status just means that you're one step above these people and that you kind of know what you're doing. But a lot of times people really don't know what they're doing, so that's kind of why you need to be able to call in your Prophytes who actually do know what they're doing to guide you through the way. So don't just be rude for no reason. Like, that's unnecessary. Don't do it. I hate that. Don't do it. Like, don't do that. Like, a lot of these points kind of tie into each other, but I want to kind of hit them all separately. The last thing I want to hit on is to not make your neos' lives hard for no reason. Like, you're their big sibling. You're the big sister. You're the big brother. You have to help them. Remember that you were once in their shoes. I can remember, like, literally, I got thrown into the position as a vice president, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to run a meeting, because I was, of course, I was a president of one organization and a vice president of another organization at the same time that I was thrown into this president position in my chapter, but I was also the secretary at the same time, and I was also the reporter to the Ivy League. So I was responsible for like planning events. I was responsible for putting the flyers together. I contacted people, I made the schedules. Like, it was a lot on my shoulders, and it was hard. And like, you know, in the event that the president is absent, the vice president got to step up, and if, you know, the secretary got to take notes at all the events. So it was like, there was a lot on my plate, and so I had to be able to reach out to other people to be like, you know, can you help me to know how to properly do this? I don't know how to run this meeting. Like, Robert's Rules of Orders is a lot. It's very technical. You have to make motions, and you have to, you know, go buy the books, and it's like, you need to make sure that your neos are comfortable talking to you, because if I didn't have my Prophytes, there were 3 or 4 Prophytes on my line above me that were just always there for me when I, you know, had any questions. They made themselves accessible, and it was beyond just like learning how to stroll and stuff like that. Like, they really, like, they gave me binders to help me throughout the, you know, time that I was doing all the different positions. They would help me come up with like you know, the reports to write. Like, it was a lot. They would help me plan events, figure out, you know, who gonna do what. Like, they really helped me, and I greatly appreciate them. And I feel like because of their assistance, they kind of taught me how to be a better Prophyte. They taught me what to expect. They taught me how to be there for my neos and my neos and my neos. I think I have like great grand neos now. Like, it's been a lot of lines below me, and I have literally had communications with like some members in like every line almost under me, except this very last line, which is sad, but I'm hoping to kind of make that better in the near future. So yeah, I hope this video helps you all to understand how to be a better Prophyte if you have not already been one. If you have any questions regarding certain situations, go ahead and let me know. Sometimes it's harder for me to write big, detailed, elaborate, you know, paragraphs, because I have to do that for school. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not already done so, go ahead and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.